Looking live from the coast to the inland valleys. We are dry today, but in just 24 hours, our weather takes a major turn.
Good evening, everybody. You're watching LA Live News Tonight. Thanks for being with us. I'm Marla Tejas.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Christine Devine.
This time tomorrow night, we will be getting ready to say goodbye to 2025 and hello to 2026.
Will the wet weather have some people rethinking their plans? We have team coverage ahead of the big night. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorff staying on top of New Year's Eve security.
But we begin here in-house with Chief Meteorologist Adam Kruger tracking when the rain hits and how much of it we are going to get this time around. Adam?
Yes, those are the big questions, right? Well, we know the rain is coming, and it's another one of those guaranteed to rain situations. It'll be widespread. Before we look at that, I just want to let you know there's a flood watch. This is new today. This was issued starting for Wednesday night and continuing into Thursday. Now, before the flood watch goes into effect Wednesday night, we'll still get some rain. In fact, it'll be widespread, but the heavier round that we're a little more concerned with will be late Wednesday night, New Year's Eve night, and into New Year's Day on Thursday. Right now on radar, there's a couple of showers here and there, maybe a little bit more much farther south, which is where the storm system stems from. It's out there over the ocean, sending clouds and a little bit of light rain at times our way today, but that rain's going to pick up even more tomorrow. So as we go through the day tomorrow, notice I've got this outlined in 2-hour increments starting 8, 10 o'clock in the morning, about a 40% chance for rain. So some scattered stuff will be the case early in the day. Midday, it starts picking up, meaning becoming more widespread. Complete coverage of rain expected by tomorrow afternoon, and then we're kind of locked into a wet pattern from there on into Thursday. Again, it begins on the lighter side, though, so through the day tomorrow up until 10 p.m. tomorrow, which is when the flood watch starts, notice the rain totals. They're manageable, around a ½ inch or so, some a little less, some a little bit more. But then we expect a wave of heavier rain at some point late Wednesday night and into Thursday morning. So now I've got this pause at noon on Thursday, and you can see some projections of 1 to 2 inches of rain, and these red colors in some of the mountains indicating that rain totals might even be above 2 inches there. So we've got the heavy stuff to watch for, more so Thursday morning, less Thursday afternoon. We're going to outline that in more detail a little bit later. Also, though, you should be aware that while there's a little bit of a break Friday, there's actually more rain coming this weekend and even more next week. Lots going on. I'll get to all those details, and we'll also, again, kind of walk you through hour by hour what the next couple of days look like. That's coming up in a little bit. For now, back to you.
Oh, lots to talk about. Thanks. With the FBI recently foiling a New Year's Eve terror plot, there's renewed focus on safety at parties all over Southern California.
The biggest celebration being planned is in downtown LA at Gloria Molina Grand Park. That's where Fox 11's Matthew Seedorff has more on the security plan for tomorrow night. Matthew.
Yeah, Marla, Christine, security already ramping up 24 hours before people will start showing up for this big event tomorrow night. You can see Elliot will show you they've got the lines already in place. This is where crowds will be filing in. Thousands of people expected for this event. They're going to be filing in here, then going through metal detectors and screenings before they get into the fenced off event that is private for those that go inside, but open to the public. But here's a look at the countdown that as it begins tonight at Grand Park. If you take a look at this video, nearly 30,000 people are expected despite heavy rain. Security will be highly visible. Barriers are up. The entire event is fenced off with all guests passing through metal detectors and screenings. Recall earlier this month, the FBI says they disrupted a New Year's terror plot, arresting 5 people accused of planning bomb attacks across Los Angeles and Orange counties starting New Year's Eve. Officials say now there are no credible threats tonight, but they're also urging public to stay alert as thousands prepare to celebrate in the rain.
We're coming out here to downtown City Hall, and it looks like the setup is looking amazing. Little rain never killed anybody, man. Rain is just gonna, hype up the fun.
We're in coordination with public safety agencies, which include Sheriff's Department, LAPD, Fire, and we also are bringing in private security. We will be implementing bag checks. This is a family-friendly event, no alcohols. There is a prohibited items list. When you arrive, just be prepared to go through our bag checks.
So one big question that people might have is, can you bring an umbrella? The answer is yes. It has to be able to fold less than a foot in length. But again, it's expected to rain, and people are still expected to come out. Up to 30,000 people are expected to be here tomorrow night. Reporting live, Matthew Seedorff, Fox 11 News.
All right, so we know it's a big event usually with live music. Is there a tarp for the artists? I mean, they're still going to do all the performances?
Yeah, there is a tarp for the artist. It's on a stage, and there's tarps already being set up all across the area tonight. They're ready for the rainfall. They also say that they're going to bring in possibly some more big, large umbrellas so people that are here can try to stay dry as best they can as well.
Yeah, sounds like they're going to bring in some awnings like the one you see, we see right behind you, Matthew.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing awnings, and I'm expecting lots of ponchos. No sanctioned fireworks here, but Elliot and I were discussing we're probably going to see lots of fireworks in the surrounding area all night tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, can't wait to see the visual tomorrow, 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. Have fun, everybody, in the rain, right? All right, thanks so much.
And we are covering all the New Year's Eve excitement and the incoming storm. If you do want to track the rain, you can just head to foxla.com. You will find interactive radars, a full 7-day forecast, and much more. You can also download our mobile app. And some other news in developing tonight out of Mount Baldy. This is where 3 hikers were found dead. Rescue crews recovered their bodies today.
Fox 11's Nick Garcia is there with new details about the victims.
The effort to recover the bodies of 3 hikers who died on Mount Baldy this week. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department says it received a report of an injured hiker who fell 500 feet late Monday morning. While searching for that 19-year-old man, air crews found 2 other hikers dead near the trail called Devil's Backbone.
This is an extremely dangerous trail that is not carved out in a way that a regular hiker could hike that and be safe.
Now all trails are closed, and deputies were on the ground making sure people cleared out. We spoke with an experienced hiker who was on a different trail Tuesday.
It's not an appropriate time to do Baldy right now. It's the weather conditions. You've got massive rain, snow, and fires came through here, so it's not stable.
She says she's hiked Devil's Backbone before, but would not do it in the snow.
I mean, it's a sad story. Anytime you hear any of that, hopefully people aren't scared of Mount Baldy, but during spring, summer, absolutely go out there. Winter is a little bit different.
The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department says since Saturday, it rescued 5 people, including 2 who were saved while they searched for the 19-year-old who died. While rescues have been common, tragic deaths have not.
It is extremely unusual to have 3 persons die at the same time or found dead at the same time while they're out hiking, trying to enjoy nature.
Now, that closure is in effect until at least late tomorrow night. As for those 3 bodies that were recovered today, the Sheriff's Department still has not identified them, only sharing that all 3 are male. From the foothills of Mount Baldy, I'm Nick Garcia, Fox 11 News.
The details in the search for one of the FBI's top 10 fugitives, former Olympic snowboarder Ryan Wedding. Dozens of motorcycles belonging to Wedding were seized by authorities in Mexico. Their value is estimated at $40 million. The former Olympian turned alleged international drug kingpin is believed to be hiding out in Mexico. There's a $15 million reward for information leading to his arrest.
A judge sealed the autopsy reports of director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle, despite the records already being released. The order is meant to protect the ongoing investigation. The LAPD requested the move, which is common in homicide investigations. The Reiners were killed December 14th. Their son Nick has been charged with their murders and faces life in prison or the death penalty. His next court date is January 7th.
The LAPD is asking for the public's help to identify a young child found alone in Highland Park. Police say officers were responding to someone trying to steal a car.
But that suspect ran off, leaving behind this 2-year-old boy you see and the dog. Fox 11's Haley Winslow spoke with the person who found them.
I was surprised to see the guy in the car.
Shock when this Highland Park resident sees a man inside his car. More shocking, who's left behind. The resident wants to protect his identity, but it happened in his blue Toyota, parked and locked in front of his apartment complex on Avenue 52 near Monte Vista Sunday at about 10 a.m.
I confronted him. I asked him what was he doing in my car, and he says that the dog was trying to attack him.
While calling 911, he says the carjacking suspect uses wipies in the sedan to quickly clear his fingerprints, then jumps out and hops the fence. Left behind in the back seat, this dog and a toddler in his car seat who looks to be sleeping.
You don't know if he's asleep, passed out.
Police searched but couldn't find the grand theft suspect, who officers only describe as Hispanic. They've also exhausted all efforts in identifying the child, currently placed with DCFS. The boy is about 2 with curly brown hair and a light gray sweater. LAPD says the dog appears familiar with the child and is currently at LA County Animal Services.
I'm very sad to see how human nature goes to be so wicked.
LAPD told me they don't yet know if the suspect and the child are related, and they have exhausted all leads. So they're hoping someone recognizes him so that they can find his parents and get this little boy home safely and soon. If you have any information, you're asked to please call LAPD or Crime Stoppers. You can leave an anonymous tip with 1-800-222-TIPS. Reporting in Highland Park, I'm Haley Winslow, Fox 11 News.
Still ahead at 8, what happened to Celeste Rivas Hernandez? She was found dead in a car belonging to singer David, but so far no arrests and not many answers. We have an update on the case.
From Diddy to Epstein, a look at some of the biggest scandals that took over 2025. Next.
New details tonight about the Celeste Rivas Hernandez murder investigation. A private investigator tells News Nation a chainsaw was found inside the Hollywood Hills home singer David was renting. According to a report from News Nation, private investigator Steve Fisher says an unused chainsaw was found in the garage of this home that Sky Fox was over. That investigator says the chainsaw does not belong to the homeowner who hired him to investigate. The revelation comes just weeks after Fisher said a burn cage was also found there in the home. That burn cage, he says, was not opened. It's unclear if these items will be used as evidence in the murder investigation of 15-year-old Rivas Hernandez. Meanwhile, top criminal defense attorney Mark Garagos, who does not represent David, tells me David's defense is simple. What's David's defense at this point?
I think if they had tape or if they had tape, whether surrounding ring cameras or surveillance cameras or Tesla cameras that showed David actually placing the body in the trunk, and they could pin that to the time of death, I don't think we'd still be waiting.
Garrigo's referring to the fact that David has still not officially been named a suspect months after Rivas Hernandez's dismembered remains were found in the trunk of that Tesla registered to him. TMZ is reporting a grand jury is likely to indict the 20-year-old singer in the young girl's murder case.
The LAPD announcing arrests in 2 fatal hit-and-run crashes, including one that claimed the life of a 4-year-old child. That crash happened back in March near Leimert Park. Police say Shanae Monique Glover was street racing before crashing into a building. Investigators say she abandoned 4-year-old Marcia Clark and 2 injured passengers, including the child's mother. Both Glover and the boy's mother were arrested. Police say the mother also fled the scene and went into hiding. Was booked on suspicion of child cruelty. Glover's facing multiple charges, including murder. Second case happened back in July. Police say a woman driving a Porsche on Figueroa 91st Street T-boned another car driven by 25-year-old Emerson Gonzalez. He died. Investigators say the suspect, Sierra Whitaker, fled to Atlanta, was tracked down and arrested. She's back in court next Tuesday for hearing on whether there's enough evidence for trial. And police hope this new video will help them catch a driver in a deadly hit and run. 32-year-old Tomas Lopez Onofre was trying to catch the bus around 5:15 a.m. when a white Cadillac hit him. That car was seen then circling the area of Florence and Kansas Avenues, but did not stop. Lopez Onofre died in the hospital December 14th. A $50,000 reward is being offered in this case.
Well, coming up, rain is on the way, but it's not slowing down momentum for the Rose Parade.
Progress is coming along. Next.
you looking to ring in the new year in style? How about a New Year's Eve masquerade soiree on board the Queen Mary?
It looks like a lot of fun. Coco McAvoy took a trip to Long Beach to check it out.
Hey there, we are aboard the Queen Mary. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and this is the place to be. There's so much fun to be had here, so much entertainment. Look at this. We're talking about a champagne toast and an apple cider toast. We are going to take the apple cider toast here. Cheers to you. Love it. Dylan, you're the director of experiences. Tell us about the masquerade soiree happening here.
Well, this is the iconic Queen Mary, so of course we have to have an iconic party to match. We've got every room of the ship activated, from dueling pianos to DJs to strolling performers, magicians, a fortune teller, you name it, we probably have it.
And a lot of people are thinking, okay, it might rain on New Year's Eve, but this is indoor for the most part.
Yeah, so we have it, every single room is activated with different entertainment. So if you want to go outside and check out the fireworks, even if it's raining, that will be happening. But then we have all of our indoor spaces open as well.
And VIP tickets sold out. People are excited, but general admission is still available.
Yes, so our VIP and hotel packages are sold out as of yesterday, but GA is available. And again, that gets access to all of those rooms that I talked about, the balloon drops, the dueling pianos, the DJs, all of the fun.
I love that. I want to come over here now to First Officer Danny. You've been part of the Queen Mary for 13 years, you were telling me. So talk about what it's like here New Year's Eve every year.
I mean, it's one of the best parties in town. You can't miss it. We have some of the best fireworks you're going to see anywhere. It's just really the biggest extravaganza you're ever going to experience, all in such an iconic place.
Yes, an iconic place indeed. Thank you so much, First Officer Danny. So a New Year's Eve celebration has been happening here at the Queen Mary since the 70s, but this is the first time they're doing a masquerade theme, and I think that that's so much fun. A masquerade soiree happening tomorrow at 8 o'clock. You've got to come and be part of it. I'll send it back to you. Cheers.
Weather is sponsored by My Home Sold.
Well, speaking of, we're going to give you a live look at the Queen Mary as she prepares for the crowds tomorrow night. And as we welcome meteorologist Adam Kruger to the conversation, as Coco said, it doesn't matter if it rains necessarily because you're on board inside at the Queen Mary tomorrow night.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a pretty good idea. I think indoor plans would be good for tomorrow night. Doesn't mean it's just going to be constantly raining all night long tomorrow, but it also kind of might at the same time. I think the rain will be rather widespread. So let's get into the details. I'm going to start with our headlines, which will kind of give you an outline of what I'll talk about in more detail in the next few minutes. So again, rainy days ahead. We know that for sure. The rain becomes widespread tomorrow. It'll gradually kind of increase through the day tomorrow, but most of the day tomorrow is light rain to maybe some moderate rain. So we're not concerned about flooding yet, at least through the day tomorrow. Then we go to tomorrow night, late Wednesday night. We start to find some heavier rain showing up, and that continues into Thursday, and that's when there's a flood watch in effect for our area. And by the way, after a little break, probably late Thursday and Friday, there's more rain coming this weekend. I think it's even possible there's more rain coming at several different occasions into next week as well. We have quite an active weather pattern over the next several days. So tomorrow, everyone gets hit with it. Widespread, 100% rain. But again, initially starts off kind of light to moderate, just pesky nuisance rain. Could turn heavy Wednesday night into Thursday morning. I think late day Thursday, the rain chance will start dropping off. Friday, there might be something spotty, but it's pretty quiet overall. And then this weekend, probably another widespread wave, I think, coming in on Saturday. Some rain still Sunday and even Monday, Tuesday. And again, even beyond that, it looks like rain is possible. Here's what we see on radar right now. There's not much locally, but we've got this big wave of just light showers way down here, and this is traveling straight north. So that's going to start moving up into our area over the course of the day tomorrow. So expect some scattered rain in the morning, probably widespread rain, persistent rain through midday and afternoon tomorrow. Notice the temperatures will be cooler than it's been. We'll top out low 60s, and then even as the rain starts coming in the afternoon, those temps might start cooling down at that point. Let's walk you through this now on Futurecast. This will give you a good idea of what to expect and when to expect it. So here we are at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Again, 1 or 2 showers, not too widespread yet. More rain starts to show up as we head into midday. That's a look at noon. Then we go to the afternoon, and just about every square inch on the map here at this point, it looks like is covered by some rain. So again, it's mostly light and moderate, not a big problem yet. We go into Wednesday night, you start to see a little more yellow, and eventually you'll see some orange, which is indicating some heavier rain rates. That's 9 p.m. Now here's midnight, and again, it's not just complete widespread rain everywhere. So if you got plans right at this time at midnight, you might be kind of in between passing showers, but it's a good bet on some rain just in general. Then we get to our heavier batch, which now is looking like it's probably targeting New Year's Day morning, Thursday morning, January 1st. Again, higher rain rates. This is when we could experience some road flooding, maybe some mudslides, debris flows, things of that nature. That's 7 a.m. That would be 1 hour before the Rose Parade starts. So the timing here is not looking great. Now, at some point on Thursday, we expect that main morning wave to move on by. So as we get into midday Thursday, I think we get into a little bit of a quieter pattern. Notice the afternoon, it's possible that we start seeing even a little sunshine here and there. That would be during the Rose Bowl game. So the parade, better chance for rain than the Rose Bowl game a little bit later on in the day. On our 7-day, rain chances, again, 100%, 90%, not much expected late Thursday into Friday. More rain probably coming in this weekend and still some possible rain next week. We're trying to kind of see how that one shakes out. It's hard to look 5, 6, 7 days ahead on models and get a real good sense of what's going on, but we know it's just going to be generally a decent chance for some rain into next week. And during this whole stretch, it's not going to be that cold at night. As we often see when the moisture builds up at night, the temperatures also go up at night. So lows will be in the 50s, but it's also not going to warm up much during the day with highs in the lower portion of the 60s. Back to you.
Well, lots to consider for the weather. All right, thanks. Still ahead, from Justin Timberlake's DWI to Alec Baldwin's manslaughter dismissal.
We are breaking down the most scandalous stories of 2025 next.
Across SoCal, this is LA Live News Tonight on Fox 11 Plus.
Some residents in Diamond Bar worried for their safety tonight after a highly coordinated home invasion burglary.
Thieves allegedly planted a hidden camera on the property to monitor the home. Fox 11's Laura Diaz is live in Diamond Bar tonight with a story you'll see only on Fox 11. Laura.
Yes, Christine and Marla, the family is still reeling tonight after this break-in occurred at their home at the beginning of this month. They say that they were gone just a short while. It took place in broad daylight, and when a member of the family came home, they discovered that $1 million worth of possessions had been stolen.
Broke the sliding door, and then they broke the upstairs master bedroom. They climbed upstairs to break the master bedroom window. I feel empty because all the stuff that you had is gone.
As you can see, the person did not want to be identified. This ring footage came from a neighbor's house, which shows the two alleged assailants in their black Lexus. Now, this was an SUV. The date here is December 3rd. The time is 11:08 in the morning. The family says that the burglars entered the spacious residence through a sliding door on the bottom level and then through a window on the second floor. Both were shattered. $1 million in possessions gone in a matter of an hour. The empty boxes, which you should be seeing, they tell the story of high-end purses and jewelry snatched in 1 hour. Now, how exactly did they do it? Everybody, of course, is asking themselves that. Well, you should see some cameras here that were hidden across the street. This is their neighbors directly across the street. They found these cameras about a week ago, and that meant that they think the burglars were keeping an eye on their comings and goings. So when the family left the house, when they knew it was empty, they went in. Now, as far as the family, as I mentioned earlier, no one was hurt. But they did get away with all these valuables that were kept in a safe on the second floor of the property. The family has their own theories about who may have done it. They had some work done on the property. So far, the investigators who are working this case have come up with no clues, and it's been a very difficult case to try to gain any information on. I can tell you this, to add to this, the family did not have insurance, so they are completely out of the valuables, which really, had a lot of highly valuable things, possessions in that home. But the silver lining in all of this, no one was hurt. I'm Laura Diaz reporting live from Diamond Bar, sending it back to the studio.
Well, my ears perked up when, Laura, you said that the family thinks they have an inkling as to who is responsible. Where does that fall in the investigation with authorities?
We didn't hear back from authorities tonight, so I don't know where it sits in the investigation. These are just their thoughts because they had workers in. I would really need to speak to an investigator who's trained in that area to know if there's any real direct line with what the family said and what they're investigating. But we, of course, know over the last year or even longer, these break-ins have been happening all over Southern California. And a lot of these groups, they tend to work together. It's well executed. They know what they're doing. There were actually 3 people involved in this. There was one person who was driving the getaway vehicle. After he dropped them off, he went down like 4 houses down, parked there, and came back to pick them up. But other than that, they had a dog in the house who they promptly put into a cage so the dog was not able to intervene in any way. And they say normally he makes a lot of noise, but in this case, he didn't. So that's really what we know at this hour, but it's a cautionary tale to everybody, right? They said the house was locked up. They didn't have cameras of their own. They've since put them in, but that won't help them with the losses that they've already sustained.
Well, like you said, it's been happening a lot. All right, Laura, thank you.
Yeah.
Get ready to slow down. Speed cameras are about to track drivers in 6 California cities. That includes 125 cameras around LA, more in Glendale and Long Beach. Up north, cameras are being installed in Oakland, San Jose, San Francisco. The cameras will issue tickets to drivers going at least 11 miles per hour over the speed limit. In most cases, a driver's first violation will be a warning. If caught again, ticket prices rise from $50 up to $500, depending on how fast the driver is speeding. The oldest restaurant in Los Angeles County is set to shut its doors.
The original Saugus Cafe is closing after almost 140 years in business. The cafe is located on Railroad Avenue in Santa Clarita. It was established in 1886. The area at the time was becoming a favored film-making location, and since then, producers have been filming inside the restaurant as well. No word on why the cafe is closing, but since the news came out, customers have been flocking to get one last meal. It's been an emotional experience for customers and employees alike.
We're actually overwhelmed right now with all the love that everyone's coming out to bring in. They don't care. The wait is so long. They're like, we don't care. We just want to have our last meal here. But it is really sad. It's really sad. We're gonna miss our customers, our regulars. They're like family to us.
Kind of sad because I've driven by it like a million times here on Railroad, and just it's sad. It's been around here forever. It's almost 140 years old. Like, for Pete's sake.
The employees will be cooking up their last meals until closing day, which is on January 4th.
Let's talk about the new year and hundreds of bills signed into law by Governor Newsom. They take effect in California January 1st, including this. Tortillas and other foods made with corn flour will have to contain folic acid. It's a vitamin important to infant health. The FDA currently requires that folic acid already be included in enriched grain products like cereals, breads, pasta, and rice. Folic acid has been proven to prevent serious birth defects. Studies show Latinas in California are far less likely than other women to get enough folic acid early in pregnancy. Was a busy year across the board, but 2025 also saw a fair share of scandals.
Ansley Earhart takes a look back at some of the biggest.
Another year gone by, and there was plenty of scandalous headlines to go around. There were continued calls this year from politicians on both sides of the aisle to release files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Congress ultimately passing legislation in November that requires the Justice Department to do just that.
No hiding, no game playing, no covering up.
Meanwhile, the House Oversight Committee released a sexually suggestive birthday letter allegedly written by President Trump for Epstein. The president called the letter fake and defamatory and has sued the Wall Street Journal for $10 billion for their reporting on the letter. The BBC also hit with a lawsuit from the president for misleading edits made to his January 6th speech. Trump suing for $10 billion in damages, saying it was a brazen attempt to interfere in the 2024 election.
I'm suing the BBC for putting words in my mouth.
And royal retribution, King Charles stripping his brother Prince Andrew of all royal titles after years of speculation surrounding his connection with Jeffrey Epstein.
This, to me, is about getting the house in order.
And members of the Trump administration under fire this year following the leak of military strike plans to a journalist who was accidentally added to a group chat by National Security Advisor Mike Waltz. The incident, dubbed Signalgate, sparked national concern over the use of unsecured messaging apps for sensitive information. And this year cemented the fall of a music mogul. Sean Diddy Combs was found guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Once one of the most powerful men in the music industry, Combs remains behind bars and is set to be released in 2028.
Your parents are going to be free and clean.
A presidential pardon coming down this year for reality TV stars Todd and Julie Chrisley. The couple faced lengthy sentences after being convicted in 2022 of bank fraud, tax evasion, and conspiracy to defraud the government out of millions of dollars.
Next year will be our last season.
Late night shakeups. CBS announcing they will be ending the Late Show franchise in 2026. The company calling it a purely financial decision. But the news came just days after host Stephen Colbert criticized the network's parent company, Paramount, for reaching a $16 million settlement with the Trump administration. And late-night host Jimmy Kimmel found himself in hot water when ABC suspended his show following comments he made about the shooting death of Charlie Kirk.
It was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man.
The suspension drawing swift criticism, and after less than a week, Disney announced Kimmel would return to the air. Restaurant chain Cracker Barrel lost millions this year following a botched rebrand attempt that included a new logo, which dropped famous Uncle Herschel in his rocking chair. The chain quickly course-corrected, apologizing to customers, returning to their original logo, and scrapping restaurant renovations. Trouble in the Big House. The University of Michigan fired their head football coach, Sharon Moore, saying he had an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Just hours after the announcement, Moore was arrested, charged with stalking, breaking and entering, and home invasion. And all bets are off after federal indictments were announced against NBA and MLB members. Several former players and coaches are accused of taking part in insider betting schemes, mafia-linked rigged poker games, wire fraud, and money laundering. And it was one of the most viral videos of the year. The kiss cam moment gone wrong at a Coldplay concert, sparking affair allegations. The internet quickly identifying the couple who worked together at tech company Astronomer. Both were placed on leave, and Andy Byron, who was the CEO, later resigned. Those were just some of the biggest scandals of 2025. We'll be following those and more in the new year. In New York, Ainsley Earhart, Fox News.
That takes you back.
It really does. I like how she says, and more in the new year. You mean there's going to be scandals in 2026? Really, you think?
I think so. Yeah. All right, coming up, we're checking in with Chief Meteorologist Adam Kruger.
Yeah, just a snapshot of what it'll look like tomorrow afternoon on radar. Widespread rain sweeping in, and then the heaviest stuff is yet to come late Wednesday night, New Year's Eve night, and into New Year's Day with a flood watch in effect. I've got that forecast coming up.
Sky Fox catches a marching band practicing today for the Rose Parade. Mother Nature expected, as we've been reporting, to rain on Pasadena's iconic parade for the first time in 20 years.
The parade spectators are preparing. Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez has the story.
I saw on the news about like umbrellas are not allowed, so we have to bring ponchos.
I got ponchos ready to go. We're going to be all set to go.
You got the poncho?
The wetsuit, top and bottom.
The word about no umbrellas at the Rose Bowl parade is getting out amongst tourists in Pasadena, even if some, like these guys from London, are saying,
no poncho needed. You just
Gotta brave the brunt.
You're gonna just do it.
It'll be fine. I think it'll be all right.
You don't need a poncho either.
No, of course not. I got my hair. It'll keep me dry.
You guys selling any rain ponchos, or are you out?
Unfortunately not. No, we sold most of our related stuff last week.
It's the 2025 poncho shortage. Although we did find some at Pasadena's Ace Hardware, where they remember too well the last time it rained at a Rose Parade 20 years ago. Umbrellas banned because not only do they block people's views, but
it could serve as a projectile item if we do get wind, so it's also a safety factor.
If I remember correctly, the umbrellas became illegal at about the same time as the tortillas and the marshmallows?
Probably, yeah, that goes back pretty far.
She's looking for it.
Yep, Fox 11 covered the now banned practice of throwing tortilla-wrapped marshmallows and shaving cream at passing vehicles on Colorado.
A corn tortilla with shaving cream.
We still see the tortillas and the marshmallows being thrown at vehicles. Maybe the rain will help that. That's the only good part.
Indiana fans saying rain could help them.
We run the ball a lot better than Alabama does. And so if we have to play that grinded out, slow game, I think that favors us. So maybe I do hope it rains. I don't know.
In Pasadena, I'm Christina Gonzalez, Fox 11 News.
Well, we're excited here at Fox 11. You can watch the 137th Annual Rose Parade right here. It all starts at 7 a.m. with our Rose Parade special pre-show. Then the 5.5-mile parade featuring the vibrant and colorful floats, the equestrian units, the marching bands. Bob DeCastro and I will cover it all live on Thursday, New Year's Day, rain or rain.
Yeah, exactly.
Rain or rain.
Not going to be any shine, huh, Adam?
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, and I'm going to be thinking about you when I'm watching from the comfort of my living room.
All cozy.
I will be cozy.
Blanket, your pajamas.
I know. But someone's got to do it. I'm glad you're out there. I know, I mean, like, we got the right person there, and you and Bob as well. But it'll be fun to watch, but I also feel for you a little bit.
Yeah. I did it last year, which was beautiful and a great way to kick off the new year.
Usually is.
I don't know about the rain. We'll see.
Yeah.
Stories to tell.
Yeah. It'll make for an interesting scene, that's for sure. Maybe a little, like, extra spirit, because everyone's just going to be having to, like, be excited to be warm, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the camaraderie of being in the rain. Okay, so let's get more into how everything's going to play out over the next few days. There's a lot happening in our weather, and I feel like I've been saying that for a while now, for a couple of weeks, right? So first we start with a flood watch, which goes into effect tomorrow night. But that doesn't mean the rain starts tomorrow night. The rain actually starts tomorrow morning, but it gets heavier tomorrow night and into Thursday morning, most likely. So that's where we get into a situation where could be a few inches of rain in some spots, especially in the mountains. Once again, we have to watch for mudslides, debris flows, things of that nature. The rain that we're going to start seeing tomorrow morning, we already have it on radar way down here. So it's, you know, if you draw a line straight west of San Diego, it's not even there yet. So it's got a ways to go, but it will be here tomorrow. And it's stemming from this storm system. So what's happening is out ahead of this low, well, the winds go like this. So it's just throwing a bunch of moisture at us, clouds and eventually some rain. And then there's a little more energy and lift near this area of low pressure. So once that gets closer to us, that's when we get some heavier bursts of rain. That's probably going to happen late Wednesday night and into Thursday morning. So I want to show you a wide view to kind of give you the scope of what's happening here. Then we'll look a little closer. And as we take you into Wednesday, again, just as I mentioned, all this moisture just gets thrown at us ahead of the storm system. So this is why a lot of the day tomorrow, it's light and moderate rain, nothing too problematic. But then, like I said, closer to this low, then we get a little more energy to work with, and the rain's a little heavier, especially, unfortunately, it looks like Thursday morning. So now a closer view in, we'll step it by shorter time frames here to give you just a real good sense of what's happening. So again, here's tomorrow morning, some light rain in the area, picks up a little more in coverage as we go into midday tomorrow. Then we go tomorrow afternoon. And again, there's no dodging the rain here tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be just light rain, moderate rain all over the place. Then tomorrow night, if you're planning on celebrating, going to be out late, it's a pretty good bet there's going to be off and on showers at least moving through. And then the heavier stuff starts to probably arrive during the late night hours and into early Thursday morning. This is 7 a.m. The Rose Parade, 8 to 10 a.m. is when it's scheduled. So, you know, the timing, the way this looks right now is not great. It's a pretty good bet that there's some pretty good rain at that time. But at some point, that wave will pass by. Our model shows it moving by 10. There's another model, another high-resolution model, that delays it another hour or two. So we're still trying to sort out the very fine details. We know generally the morning will be more wet than Thursday afternoon. In fact, we might get some peaks of sunshine here and there on Thursday afternoon. And from there into Thursday night and Friday, I think things will be a little quieter before the next rain this weekend. Rain totals through the end of Wednesday. Again, this is mostly just the persistent light and moderate rain. So let's just say on average around a ½ inch, give or take a little bit. But then we see the heavier stuff come through late at night. Thursday morning, potential rain totals over an inch, some spots 2, some spots in the mountains could get even a little bit more than that. So to summarize, we've got rain coming tomorrow and Thursday, probably ending late day Thursday, not much Friday. More in the forecast this weekend, it looks like, and temperatures will be in a pretty narrow range for the next several days. Most areas lows in the 50s, highs in the lower part of the 60s. Back to you.
All right, a lot to process there. We still have more news ahead of 8.
But first, here's a preview of what's coming up at 9. A rough weather causing turbulence for travelers trying to get to or get out of the East Coast. We have an update from the ground. Plus, the U.S. Postal Service is alerting and altering its rules, and it could impact everything from tax returns to mail-in ballots. We'll break down what's changing ahead at 9. In entertainment, it's the beginning of the end for Stranger Things. The grand finale premieres New Year's Eve.
Here's a look at the final trailer.
I need you to fight. One last time. Fight for the days on the other side of this. Let's end this, kid. Mother of God.
There are already more than 1 million RSVPs in movie theaters. 3,500 showtimes are sold out across 620 theaters. The 2-hour-long movie called Right Side Up will be available both on Netflix and in theaters. And American beer makers releasing a new brew that will be illegal in 15 states. The upcoming beverage from Sam Adams contains 30% alcohol by volume. It's called Utopia's 2025. It's part of the company's experimental beer program, testing the limits of beer aging and blending techniques. Samuel Adams says because its ABV is so high, the beer is similar to common bar liqueurs such as schnapps, triple sec, and amaretto. What does it taste like? Sam Adams says it has notes of caramel, oak, dried fruit, subtle smoke, and citrus.
Sounds like it tastes pretty good.
You like the sounds of that?
I do like the sounds of that. It wouldn't take a lot either.
People on social media are making lists of trends we should all collectively leave behind in 2025.
This is any trend you feel has run its course, whether it's fashion related or just trending phrases on social media. For example, many people want to leave behind terms like Riz. Oh gosh, I'm probably going to say this wrong. Skibbity. Is that right?
Oh, know that one.
I think that's right. I think Adam gave me a thumbs up, yes. And 6'7" in 2025. Same with Labubu's or Dubai chocolate. In fashion, many say barrel jeans and bows are out. And while protein is very important in our diet, it doesn't have to be in everything. Starbucks protein drinks became a thing this year. Protein Pop-Tarts and Khloe Kardashian protein popcorn also went viral this year.
Well, I like my barrel jeans. I like my outfits with the bows, so I'm still going to wear those.
Yeah, I agree. But which ones are the barrel jeans? I guess that's a silly question, but just the wider
They go
legs?
wide, like they go wide.
Yeah.
Kind of tapering a little bit.
I like that.
Yeah, comfortable.
Yeah, come on now.
But I kind of agree with the protein in everything.
It is.
You could just eat a piece
everywhere.
of chicken.
Exactly.
You know, and have your Starbucks coffee.
It's like how non-fat used to be the thing. Mm-hmm. Everything had to be non-fat, and now everything has to have the protein in it.
I think they say eat real food.
Yeah, there you go. Not processed.
All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Okay, we're not done yet. LA Live News Tonight continues at 9 o'clock, right after the break. See you then.
Live across SoCal, this is LA Live News Tonight on Fox 11 Plus.
Now at 9, get ready to celebrate 2026 with champagne and an umbrella. Another round of holiday rain is headed our way for the new year. Good evening, everybody. You are watching LA Live News Tonight at 9 o'clock. I'm Marla Tejas. Well, think about it. In just 24 hours, the ball will be dropping in New York, but we will still be in 2025, getting ready for our own West Coast countdown. We do have team coverage ahead of the big night. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorff, he's staying on top of New Year's Eve security. But we begin right here in the studio with Chief Meteorologist Adam Kruger. He's tracking a rainy rest of the week. Adam, what can you tell us?
Yeah, I mean, I think I can hear the boos from people at home about the weather forecast, not only because of this holiday, but of course the last holiday last week during Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. It's been very unfortunate timing lately. And here we go again. So we have another flood watch in effect. This will begin tomorrow night and last into Thursday. Officially goes till Thursday evening, but I think a lot of the heavy stuff is going to be tomorrow night into Thursday morning. But still tomorrow morning, some rain will start moving in. It'll be lighter though. And then the flood watch goes into effect later. So as we look at radar right now, there's not much locally. We did see a couple light showers come through today, but the next batch or wave of rain that we're watching sits right about here down to our south, coming straight for us. So this is what's going to be over us tomorrow, which initially is going to be light rain to maybe some moderate showers. Not that we can't handle through much of the day, but it does get heavier later at night. So let's look at the broad view on Futurecast here. And again, there's this broad area of this just widespread light rain, moderate showers through about tomorrow afternoon. Then you can see coming in the left side of your screen an area of low pressure. That's what's going to enhance the rain a little bit more. So here we are Thursday morning, and we could find some heavier downpours coming through. Potentially a couple of inches of rain in some spots. And then actually late day Thursday, that main wave should be passing by. So again, that's kind of the broad view of how all this plays out. We're going to look a little bit closer in to Southern California coming up later. We'll look at potential rain totals, and we'll talk about more rain in the forecast this weekend and again next week. But for now, Marla, back to you.
Okay, Adam, thanks. There is renewed focus on safety at parties all over Southern California after the FBI foiled a New Year's Eve terror attack. The biggest celebration is in downtown LA at Gloria Molina Grand Park. That's where Fox 11's Matthew Seedorff has more on the security plan for tomorrow night. Matthew.
Well, Marla, this is where the party will be tomorrow night, just 24 hours away. Thousands of people will be lining up, and the security already noticeable tonight. Elliot will show you this is the line where all those people will be lining up to go in. There's only going to be 4 entrances into the park, so everyone is going to have to go through these security lines to go in and get inside. But if you go ahead and take a look at this video, the countdown begins tonight here at Grand Park. Nearly 30,000 people are expected despite the heavy rainfall. Security will be highly visible. Barriers are up. The entire event is fenced off with those guests passing through metal detectors and screenings. Recall earlier this month, the FBI says they disrupted a New Year's terror plot, arresting 5 people accused of planning bomb attacks across Los Angeles and Orange counties starting New Year's Eve. Officials now say that there are no credible threats tonight, but they're urging the public to stay alert as thousands prepare to celebrate in the rain.
We're coming out here to downtown City Hall, and it looks like the setup is looking amazing. Little rain never killed anybody, man. Rain is just gonna, hype up the fun.
We're in coordination with public safety agencies, which include Sheriff's Department, LAPD, Fire, and we also are bringing in private security. We will be implementing bag checks. This is a family-friendly event, no alcohols. There is a prohibited items list. When you arrive, just be prepared to go through our bag checks.
So a little bit different this year. Officials are allowing people to bring in umbrellas less than 12 inches if they are closed to be ready for all that rainfall. Reporting live tonight, Matthew Seedorff, Fox 11 News.
All right, so that means that previously umbrellas were banned?
Yeah, I guess it was just dependent on the weather, but they did mention that this year specifically they are allowing that if they are under 12 inches in size when they are collapsed.
Yeah, that's pretty small. I mean, right? 12 inches equals a foot.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty small umbrella, but that just shows you how serious they're taking the security precautions this year, given everything that's going on.
Okay, and then anything else to think about for tomorrow night? I mean, he talks about the list of what you can't bring.
Yeah, I would just prepare for street closures all around this area downtown. It's going to be a mess. Expect traffic, lots of people. Just expect the unexpected and stay alert, as officials are saying.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, Matthew, thank you so much. And we are covering all the New Year's Eve excitement and the incoming storm. If you want to track the rain, you can just do so by heading to our website. It's foxla.com. You'll find interactive radars, a full 7-day forecast, and much more. You can also download our mobile app. On to this breaking news we're following out of East LA. According to the LA County Sheriff's Department, as of now, 1 person is dead. 3 others taken to the hospital. Skyfox above the scene now. This is an investigation into a shooting. This happened about 8:50 tonight off Arizona and Telegraph. The scene pretty large down below, involving, it looks to be a gas station almost on the corner here at Arizona and Telegraph. No word as of now on the suspect or suspects or if anyone has been arrested. Again, breaking news. A shooting investigation underway in East LA. 1 person has died, 3 others taken to the hospital. No word on a suspect. We will stay on top of this. Developing news tonight out of Mount Baldy, where 3 hikers were found dead. Rescue crews recovered their bodies earlier today. Fox 11's Nick Garcia is there with new details about the victims.
The effort to recover the bodies of 3 hikers who died on Mount Baldy this week. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department says it received a report of an injured hiker who fell 500 feet late Monday morning. While searching for that 19-year-old man, air crews found 2 other hikers dead near the trail called Devil's Backbone.
This is an extremely dangerous trail that is not carved out in a way that a regular hiker could hike that and be safe.
Now all trails are closed and deputies were on the ground making sure people cleared out. We spoke with an experienced hiker who was on a different trail Tuesday.
It's not appropriate time to do Baldy right now. It's the weather conditions. You've got massive rain, snow, and fires came through here, so it's not stable.
She says she's hiked Devil's Backbone before, but would not do it in the snow.
I mean, it's a sad story. Anytime you hear any of that, hopefully people aren't scared of Mount Baldy, but during spring, summer, absolutely go out there. Winter is a little bit different.
The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department says since Saturday, it rescued 5 people, including 2 who were saved while they searched for the 19-year-old who died. While rescues have been common, tragic deaths have not.
It is extremely unusual to have 3 persons die at the same time or found dead at the same time while they're out hiking, trying to enjoy nature.
Now, that closure is in effect until at least late tomorrow night. As for those 3 bodies that were recovered today, the Sheriff's Department still has not identified them, only sharing that all 3 are male. From the foothills of Mount Baldy, I'm Nick Garcia, Fox 11 News.
LAPD is asking for the public's help to identify a young child found alone in Highland Park. Police say officers were responding to someone trying to steal a car, but the suspect ran off, leaving behind a 2-year-old boy and a dog. Fox 11's Haley Winslow spoke with the person who found them.
I was surprised to see the guy in the car.
Shock when this Highland Park resident sees a man inside his car. More shocking, who's left behind. The resident wants to protect his identity, but it happened in his blue Toyota parked and locked in front of his apartment complex on Avenue 52 near Monte Vista Sunday at about 10 a.m.
I confronted him. I asked him what was he doing in my car, and he says that the dog was trying to attack him.
While calling 911, he says the carjacking suspect uses wipies in the sedan to quickly clear his fingerprints, then jumps out and hops the fence. Left behind in the back seat, this dog and a toddler in his car seat who looks to be sleeping.
You don't know if he's asleep, passed out.
Police searched but couldn't find the grand theft suspect, who officers only describe as Hispanic. They've also exhausted all efforts in identifying the child, currently placed with DCFS. The boy is about 2 with curly brown hair and a light gray sweater. LAPD says the dog appears familiar with the child and is currently at LA County Animal Services.
I'm very sad to see how human nature goes to be so wicked.
LAPD told me they don't yet know if the suspect and the child are related, and they have exhausted all leads. So they're hoping someone recognizes him so that they can find his parents and get this little boy home safely and soon. If you have any information, you're asked to please call LAPD or Crime Stoppers. You can leave an anonymous tip with 1-800-222-TIPS. Reporting in Highland Park, I'm Haley Winslow, Fox 11 News.
The LAPD announcing arrests in 2 fatal hit-and-run crashes, including one that claimed the life of a 4-year-old child. The crash happened back in March near Lemert Park. Police say Shanae Monique Glover was street racing before crashing into a building. Investigators say she abandoned 4-year-old Masia Clark and 2 injured passengers, including the child's mother. Both Glover and the child's mother were arrested. Police say the mother also fled the scene and went into hiding and was booked on suspicion of child cruelty. Glover is facing multiple charges, including murder. The second case happened back in July. Police say a woman driving a Porsche on Figueroa and 91st T-boned another car driven by 25-year-old Emerson Gonzalez. He died. Investigators say the suspect, Sierra Whitaker, fled to Atlanta but was tracked down and arrested. She's back in court next Tuesday for a hearing on whether there is enough evidence for trial. And police hope this new video will help them catch a driver in this deadly hit and run. 32-year-old Tomas Lopez Onofre was trying to catch the bus around 5:15 a.m. when a white Cadillac hit him. That car was seen then circling the area of Florence and Kansas Avenues, but did not stop. Lopez Onofre died in the hospital December 14th. A $50,000 reward is being offered in this case. Still ahead at 9, what happened to Celeste Rivas Hernandez? She was found dead in a car belonging to singer David, but so far no arrests and not many answers. We have an update on the case. Plus, rough weather is causing turbulence for travelers trying to get to or get out of the East Coast. An update from the ground next. Well, here on the West Coast, we're watching for rain, but millions out east are getting ready for more snow. The rough weather is making it difficult for some trying to get in or out of the East Coast. Fox Weather's Katie Byrne is on the ground in New York.
2025 not going out quietly. A massive winter storm is bringing strong winds, heavy snow, and bitter cold temperatures to the Great Lakes and Northeast.
We got about 30, 40 inches of snow already. Oh my God. Yeah, that's too much. It ain't never be like this.
Forecasters say here in New York, parts of the state could see more than a foot of snow on New Year's Day. Governor Kathy Hochul expanded a state of emergency ahead of potential whiteout conditions. Across the region, officials are urging patience as they work to keep roads clear and repair any storm damage.
We'll stage crews in like parking lots of like Home Depots as examples, or shopping malls or things like that. Overnight.
It comes one day after a bomb cyclone pummeled the northern U.S., dropping up to 2 feet of snow in some places and creating dangerous conditions on the roads. Wind gusts as high as 79 miles per hour knocked out power to tens of thousands of customers, with full restoration not expected for days.
Generator backup, especially in this area, is very common. You know, people have a lot of generators here.
And all this as millions travel home from the holidays. According to FlightAware, nearly 9,000 flights were delayed and hundreds of others canceled on Monday alone.
We got some snowstorm last night and today. After some flight delays, finally got in the air.
Officials here are urging folks to avoid unnecessary travel and work from home if possible. In Syracuse, New York, Katie Byrne, Fox Weather.
Well, California is seeing plenty of rain, but it needs more snow, speaking of, to boost the water supply. Today was the first snow survey of the season at Phillips Station in El Dorado County. Up there, the snowpack up at 50% of average. Statewide, it's 71%, but compare that to 115% on this date last year. The Department of Water Resources says more snow accumulation is needed to boost the state's water supplies. The biggest months for snow are typically January, February, and March. The Sierra snowpack supplies about 1/3 of the state's water and is often called California's frozen reservoir.
Weather is sponsored by American Career College.
All right, we are taking you atop Mount Wilson as we look at all the twinkly lights out there and a little cloud cover up above as we get ready for the rain to arrive. Here's meteorologist Adam Kruger. You've been really, really busy, Adam.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. We had, for some areas, the wettest Christmas holiday on record. It was the second wettest on record for L.A., and then we had a little break, and now we're back into this wet pattern. There's a flood watch that goes into effect tomorrow night. And then this weekend and next week, I mean, there's more rain coming. Very busy, active weather pattern. Yeah, but, that's why we're here, to tell you about the weather when it gets a little wild. Let's start with the snow, though. We were just talking about that snow survey, and there is more snow coming to the Sierra. In fact, over the next several days, this is through this weekend, probably another couple of feet. You see these lighter pink colors indicating 2 or 3, even 4 feet in some of the Sierra, which is good, again, for that frozen reservoir that we were talking about. But you'll notice something lacking around here, even as it gets a little colder with the wet weather towards the end of this week around here. Even the mountain peaks might not get much snow here locally. So our weather headlines, we are talking about widespread rain. It starts moving tomorrow. A lot of the day, it's going to be light showers, a few moderate showers, so no flood concerns yet tomorrow during the day. Tomorrow night, it does turn heavier. That continues into Thursday, and that's when there's a flood watch in effect. And like I said, there's more rain coming this weekend and even into next week, it looks like, as well. So over the next 7 days, the rain chances for L.A. about 100% tomorrow. Widespread. Everyone gets it. Almost everyone sees it on Thursday, maybe even turns out being 100%. Late Thursday, rain probably starts to taper off, though. So a lot of it's Thursday morning, tapering off in the afternoon. Friday's mostly dry. We're back to another wave of rain, another storm system coming through this weekend. And yes, still some rain chances that we're trying to figure out exactly how it looks for next week. But we know there's going to be something going on. So we have the flood watch again for all areas here. It starts tomorrow night, lasts into Thursday. But that light rain was already going to be here by tomorrow morning. We see it on radar right here, and that's coming straight north for us. So tomorrow morning's commute, probably some light showers could slow things down a little bit. It's probably going to be heavier and more widespread, though, by tomorrow afternoon. Here's the storm system sending that moisture our way. So the first thing that happens out ahead of this, we get that light rain. And then when that actual low crosses our area, then we get the heavier burst of rain. So you're going to see that play out here on Futurecast. Watch tomorrow morning. Scattered showers. Again, nothing too intense just yet. Midday, rain starts to increase, pick up a little bit more. And then we are just completely covered in rain. Again, mostly light still tomorrow afternoon. I mean, there's like 1 square inch on this whole map where there's not rain showing up at 5 p.m. tomorrow, according to the model. So that's the definition of widespread rain or 100% rain chance. Okay, tomorrow night, there's still going to be some rain going on. Here's 9 p.m. If you got New Year's Eve night plans, probably want to have a rain plan or plan for the rain. You know, have an umbrella, or if you're going to do something outside, maybe bring it inside. Here's a look at midnight, still some passing showers, and then we go into early Thursday morning. This is that bigger burst of rain I was talking about. Heavier rain, higher rain rates, things of that nature. So if we get some flooding out of this, this is the time frame we got to watch for it. Mudslides, debris flows, things of that nature. Certainly some ponding of water on the roads is possible. So again, that's the morning. It should at some point pass on by, which eventually Thursday afternoon I think is going to leave us with a little bit of a quieter scene. Also kind of cooler, highs in the mid to low 60s over the next several days. Lows will be in the 50s, so it doesn't get that cool at night. And those rain chances go at least into the middle of next week. Marla?
All right, Adam, thank you. Coming up, the U.S. Postal Service is changing its rules, and it could impact everything from tax returns to mail-in ballots. What you need to know next. Well, some big changes announced by USPS, which might work against you if you're mailing time-sensitive documents. Fox 11's Brooke Thomas explains new postmark rules.
Hey there, this new change might affect what your recipient thinks is on time, and you need to know about this. USPS has just quietly implemented a change affecting U.S. postmarks. New processing rules now clarify most postmarks will reflect the date your mail is processed, which might not necessarily be the same as the date you mailed it. USPS says most postmarks are now applied at large processing facilities, and it could take your mail a couple of days to get to that facility. Now, this is incredibly important because tax returns, mail-in ballots, charitable donations, even health insurance appeals, they are often time sensitive. And previously, you know, many of us have always learned if your mail is properly stamped and you drop it in the mailbox on tax day or on election day, then the postmark will reflect that date and you'll make the deadline, avoiding tax penalties. Your ballot will count. USPS now wants it to be clear in an article published in the Federal Register effective December 24th, which, by the way, was last week. That might not be the case. There is a workaround here, though. If you have a hard deadline and you want to be sure, you can go into a USPS location and ask a retail employee for a manual postmark. It is free and will always reflect the date you handed over your mail. Back to you.
Thank you for that info, Brooke. Still ahead. A bold break-in. Residents in Diamond Bar are on edge after a calculated home invasion. Thieves allegedly planting a hidden camera to spy on the property. We have those details. Plus, the shocking conditions. My goodness, 40 dogs and puppies rescued from a La Mesa apartment. We'll show you the incredible efforts to save them and how you can make a difference.
Across SoCal, this is LA Live News Tonight on Fox 11 Plus.
Well, guess what? More holiday rain is on the way. Get ready for wet conditions and wind on New Year's Eve and day, with the potential for more evacuation in Southern California's burn scars. Chief Meteorologist Adam Kruger is in the Weather Center. Adam, this almost definitely means rain for the iconic Rose Parade, doesn't it?
It's looking more and more likely. Yeah, I think just in the morning for New Year's Day, there's going to be a pretty widespread round, and that might be actually when the heaviest rain out of this whole event is going to occur. But it should also pass on by. So I don't think it's just raining all day long Thursday. I think we get the batch probably in the morning and moving out in the afternoon. But before we get to Thursday, let's talk about Wednesday. And it's going to be a widespread kind of soggy day on Wednesday, just not as heavy as what's coming after that. So some scattered rain early, widespread in the afternoon. Temperatures are going to be cooler than we've been lately, obviously, with this rain coming in. Probably low 60s just before the afternoon hours when temps start actually dipping a little bit more as the rain starts to become more widespread. So the rain starts tomorrow morning, but the flood watch starts tomorrow night because that's when the threat for heavier rain shows up, and that continues into Thursday. And again, we're facing a scenario where there could be some mudslides and debris flows in the mountains. That's where the heaviest rain totals are likely to be. A couple inches, in fact, which I'll show you in a moment. So right now, we already see tomorrow's rain for us on radar. It sits right here, way down to our south. It's going straight north. So this blob will be over us tomorrow. A lot of light rain initially. Again, heavier by tomorrow night. That's what's happening ahead of this low. So first thing this is doing is just throwing this moisture at us. Once this low moves more so directly overhead, then we get that burst of heavier rain. So the timing of that does look like Thursday morning for the heavier stuff. Here's the wider view, then we'll look a little bit closer. So like I said, ahead of this storm system, just a bunch of this annoying, pesky, light rain, moderate rain coming through tomorrow. Then we go to Thursday morning. This is New Year's Day morning. Now this low is getting in the mix, adds a little energy to everything, and you see the enhancement of the rain, heavier rain coming through for a little while, but it should also get pushed by at some point for Thursday afternoon. Here's a closer view. So again, in the morning, we're going to get some scattered light rain, some sprinkles, some drizzle, things of that nature. Rain starts to pick up a little more midday tomorrow. It is completely widespread tomorrow afternoon, but green is what we can handle in terms of the rain rates. You know, the roads can handle rushing off light rain. The rain rates will be probably lower than a quarter inch per hour or something like that out of most of tomorrow. Then we go tomorrow night, a little bit heavier at times. Here's midnight as we're celebrating the new year. There's still some rain in the area, probably off and on at that time. Here's that bigger wave that comes in Thursday morning. The Rose Parade, by the way, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. So this timing here is not ideal for the parade, but at some point it moves on by. And if you're considering or concerned about, let's say, the Rose Bowl game in the afternoon, that starts at 1 o'clock, it's possible we'll actually have some sunshine peeking out in some spots by Thursday afternoon. So before the heavy stuff gets in, I think most areas get a widespread, let's say around ½ an inch, give or take a little bit. Then we get that heavier wave, and you can see the potential rain totals 1 to 2 inches, but those red colors indicating maybe more than 2 inches, which is mostly lined up over the mountains. Temperatures, finally, well, overnight won't be as cool as we saw when it was drier and we had the clear skies, because with that moisture in place, it kind of keeps the temperatures up at night, but then also during the day, it's going to be a little bit cooler than it's been. In fact, quite a bit cooler, I would say. Not so nice with mid and low 60s. And while it's actually raining, might be even more so upper 50s at some time tomorrow afternoon. Marla?
What timing? All right, Adam, thank you. And heads up for drivers in the Topanga area. Caltrans will fully close the 3.6-mile stretch of Topanga Canyon Boulevard between Pacific Coast Highway and Grandview Drive starting at 5 p.m. tomorrow, New Year's Eve. Of course, this is due to the rain storms and the risk of debris flows in this area, which has already been impacted by recent storms. Travelers should plan alternate routes, drive cautiously, and stay updated through Caltrans Quick Map and social media. And of course, if you want to track the storm, you can rely on us. You can head to foxla.com. You'll find interactive radars, a full 7-day forecast, and much more. You can also download our mobile app. Skyfox over a marching band practice today. This, of course, is for the Rose Parade. As we mentioned, Mother Nature is expected to rain on Pasadena's celebration for the first time in 20 years. Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez tells us how spectators are preparing.
I saw on the news about like umbrellas are not allowed, so we have to bring ponchos.
I got ponchos ready to go. We're going to be all set to go.
You got the poncho?
The wetsuit, top and bottom.
The word about no umbrellas at the Rose Bowl Parade is getting out amongst tourists in Pasadena, even if some, like these guys from London, are saying,
no poncho needed. You just got to brave the brunt.
You're going to just do it.
It'll be fine. I think it'll be all right.
You don't need a poncho either.
No, of course not. I got my hair. It'll keep me dry.
You guys selling any rain ponchos, or are you out?
Unfortunately not. No, we sold most of our related stuff last week.
It's the 2025 poncho shortage. Although we did find some at Pasadena's Ace Hardware, where they remember too well the last time it rained at a rose parade 20 years ago. Umbrellas banned because not only do they block people's views, but
it could serve as a projectile item if we do get wind, so it's also a safety factor.
If I remember correctly, the umbrellas became illegal at about the same time as the tortillas and the marshmallows?
Probably, yeah, that goes back pretty far.
She's looking for it.
Yep, Fox 11 covered the now banned practice of throwing tortilla-wrapped marshmallows and shaving cream at passing vehicles on Colorado.
A corn tortilla with shaving cream. We still see the tortillas and the marshmallows being thrown at vehicles. Maybe the rain will help that. That's the only good part.
Indiana fans saying rain could help them.
We run the ball a lot better than Alabama does, and so if we have to play that grinded out, slow game, I think that favors us. So maybe I do hope it rains. I don't know.
In Pasadena, I'm Christina Gonzalez, Fox 11 News.
Well, we've got you covered. As it relates to the Rose Parade, you can watch the 137th annual Rose Parade right here on Fox 11. It all starts at 7 a.m. with our Rose Parade special pre-show, and then the 5.5-mile parade featuring the vibrant and colorful floats, the equestrian units, the marching bands, all of it. Good Day LA covering it all live on Thursday, New Year's Day. Live look now at LAX, where the worst of the holiday travel is behind us. According to the TSA, Sunday was the busiest day at airports nationwide. Today, winter storms back east causing some delays and cancellations. Those storms bringing strong winds, heavy snow, and bitter cold temperatures to the Great Lakes and Northeast. Forecasters say New York could see more than a foot of snow on New Year's Day. According to FlightAware, a little more than 7,000 flights were delayed and more than 300 canceled today alone. In some other news now, some residents in Diamond Bar are worried for their safety tonight after a highly coordinated home invasion burglary. Thieves allegedly planted a hidden camera on the property to monitor the home. Fox 11's Laura Diaz, she's live with the story you'll see only on Fox 11. Laura.
Yes, Marla, that Diamond Bar family says they don't feel safe in their own home tonight, even though they live in a very exclusive, gated community. That's because their home was broken into at the beginning of the month. 2 men entered the home, and they got away with $1 million worth of really, really expensive items. But more importantly, you know, they took their sense of trust in their own home. They say, these people who this happened to say, this is a cautionary tale for everyone.
Broke the sliding door, and then they broke the upstairs master bedroom. They climbed upstairs to break the master bedroom window. I feel empty because all the stuff that you had is gone.
This ring footage from a neighbor's house shows the 2 alleged assailants in their black Lexus SUV December 3rd. The time is 11:08 in the morning. Now, the family says the burglars entered the spacious residence through a sliding door on the bottom level and then also through a window on the 2nd floor. Both of those places were shattered glass everywhere. Now, $1 million in possessions was taken. Empty boxes. You see right there some very high-end designers. They took purses and jewelry, snatched so many very, very expensive items that the family said it took them 20 years to accrue. Now, the big question is, how did they do it? If you can see these hidden cameras, these were across the street from the house that was broken into, and the family and the neighbors just discovered those cameras about a week ago. They were hidden in the trees across the street from the family that was broken into. So the presumption is, of course, that these burglars had been watching this family, stalking them, if you will, to learn their whereabouts, when they left the house, when they returned. And that would explain, Marla, why they were allowed to be in that residence and no one knew about it for an entire hour. They went through that home. They took all those valuables. They even took their clothing, things that they liked. They snatched off of the hangers and took them with them. And to add insult to injury, and there's 2 points I'd like to make here, Marla, they packed all this stuff up in the family's luggage and took it out.
Gosh.
And also, I should tell you, yes, sadly, they do not have insurance. So right now, there's really no way for them to get their valuables back. That's the latest here in Diamond Bar. Marla?
What's next for this family?
Well, the investigation continues. So far, we have not heard back from investigators. I think the family at this point, sadly, feels as though the investigation may not go too far. They're very concerned. They did not have cameras in their own home. The video I showed you earlier came from the neighbor's house. So they've now, of course, put up many cameras. They did have a security system, but as soon as they entered, they cut the wires, and so that system was no longer working. So it's going to be a very tedious investigation, but so far, not too much positive to report. And I tried to tell this to the family. I know you're very upset about what was taken, but your lives are still intact, because you and I have been covering the news a long time, Marla. We know sometimes this does not end well for the safety of the people if they happen to be home.
Yeah, the silver lining is, yes, they do have their lives. A cautionary tale, as you say, for other people watching tonight as well, Laura. Okay, thank you so much. New at 9, new details in the Celeste Rivas Hernandez murder case. A chainsaw was found in the Hollywood Hills home singer David was renting. Private investigator Steve Fisher sharing this with News Nation. Meantime,
it would not surprise me if they've got a forensic anthropologist. They've got some kind of a forensic evidence technician who is going through the bones, trying to determine various things and the remains, and that is what's taking the time. I don't think it's because they don't have a target or a subject of this investigation.
and what about evidence like there are reports that a PI found a chainsaw at the home where David was renting?
Look, the reports about the chainsaw, I've also heard reports about a freezer. I've heard reports which I think originally started all this when the medical examiner was saying it was consistent, the remains were consistent with being frozen. LAPD was saying absolutely not. I think all of that is become fodder for getting experts. So I think that any delay here in terms of a filing is because they've got experts taking a look at all the evidence. They want to make sure that when they pull the proverbial trigger, that they haven't rushed to judgment.
You're a defense attorney, of course. What's David's defense at this point?
I think David's defense is going to be, if it took him this long to come up with the cause and manner of death, how in the world are you asking a jury to find beyond a reasonable doubt that he's guilty? And I think that I think if they had tape, or if they had tape, whether surrounding Ring cameras or surveillance cameras or Tesla cameras that showed David actually placing the body in the trunk, and they could pin that to the time of death, I don't think we'd still be waiting.
All right, so that was a bit of my conversation with criminal defense attorney Mark Garagos. He does not represent David, but he has been following the case, him providing that insight for us. Now, authorities have yet to officially name the 20-year-old singer as a suspect months after Rivas Hernandez's dismembered remains were discovered in a Tesla registered to him. However, TMZ reports a grand jury is likely to indict David in the young girl's murder case. Former President John F. Kennedy's granddaughter, 35-year-old Tatiana Schlossberg, is dead after a battle with cancer. This comes just a month after she announced a terminal leukemia diagnosis. In an essay in The New Yorker, she wrote, "Doctors found the cancer just after she gave birth to her daughter in May of last year." Schlossberg was a published author and wrote about science and climate at the New York Times. Gone much too soon. Developing tonight, a swimmer missing after a suspected shark attack in Monterey Bay has been found dead. Erica Fox, seen here, an open water swimmer, vanished December 21st near Lover's Point. That's in near Monterey. Her body was recovered 6 days later on a beach south of Davenport. Fox, a beloved figure in the local swimming community, was wearing a shark deterrent band.
This is the time of year when they feed a lot. A surfer or a swimmer on the surface looks like a seal from down below.
Shark attacks are rare in California, with only 17 fatalities since 1950. Friends honored Erica Fox and her memory with a memorial walk along the coastline there in Pacific Grove, just south of Monterey. 40 dogs and puppies are rescued from unsanitary conditions in a La Mesa apartment by the San Diego Humane Society. According to the shelter, officers found the animals after a welfare check post-eviction. These images are just heartbreaking. Chief Jace Huggins with the Humane Society's law enforcement describes the horrible conditions.
The conditions are pretty deplorable. There's many areas where there's probably at least a foot of feces built up in urine, comes all the way almost to where you would sit on a couch. The dogs have feces all over their feet and paws. There's mixed food, looks like bags that were thrown in there that have been scattered about. So it's very likely that they've been eating contaminated food. There's very little water available to them. The team that arrived last night said that there was one suit that had some dripping, and the dogs would actually climb on top of each other to make it up to that sink in order to get to their own water.
Oh my goodness, that is just absolutely heartbreaking. With shelters already over capacity, the Humane Society is urgently seeking community support to care for these dogs. You can visit sdhumane.org/year-end-rescue to help. Wildfire recovery in LA County is sparking a real estate frenzy. Up next, investors are buying up nearly half the lots in fire-ravaged neighborhoods. We take a closer look at the statistics. But first, here's a live look at Times Square in New York City from our Earth Cam. A whole lot of people out and about as the city prepares for the big New Year's celebration. It's nearly 1 in the morning there and 28 degrees. Ooh, chilly. Got to bundle up if you want to watch that ball drop. Investors are snapping up land in LA County neighborhoods decimated by the January wildfires. According to Redfin, investors bought about 40% of lots sold this year in Altadena, Pacific Palisades, and Malibu. Many sellers are elderly or underinsured, unable to rebuild after losing their homes in the fire. Experts say rebuilding has been slow, but construction is finally picking up. Earlier tonight on the Fox 11 News at 6, I spoke to real estate agent Anthony Margulis. He's been keeping track of wildfire losses and the housing recovery. Let me get your thoughts first on that Redfin report. Are you finding that to be accurate, that investors are buying that much of the land?
It's very close. It's between 40 and 45%. I think the concern and a lot of the alarming things that people are saying is they're foreign investors, and they're not. They're local investors. And
why is that a better thing? I mean, I know the obvious.
I think there's xenophobia. I think people just get nervous that, other countries are coming and buying our properties. What we found is on the statistical data, Marla, only the most any one developer has purchased is 9 properties in the Palisades. A couple have bought 7, a couple have bought 8, most of them bought 1, 2, and then about 50 to 60% are owner users. So we're not seeing this huge, investors coming in from out of the area buying large amounts.
Okay, talk about the recovery process overall, because we talk a lot about the permitting process. The insurance payouts are a big problem. What are you seeing firsthand?
So in the Alphabet Streets, for example, there's 132 homes have started construction, not permits, started construction. So we're seeing a lot of momentum right now. We need more properties to come on the market. That's the problem. In the last 2 months, we've only seen 5 new lots come on the market. That's a big issue, and there's been 70 that have sold in the Palisades. So we need more.
We're seeing this graph, and it may not make sense to the viewer at home, but bottom line, that basically says what you say is the big problem. It's a supply issue, not a demand issue.
That's exactly right.
So how do you overcome that?
Right now, it's insurance. And so the loss of use, where people get paid for their rent, and the mortgage forbearance are both coming due in the next 7 days. I think that'll open up more inventory. I think people will finally say, I'm going to make a decision now whether I want to rebuild or not.
Are you seeing the same progress in the Altadena, the Eaton fire zone as well?
We are, yeah, we are. We're starting to see it. I mean, it's LA County, not LA City. And
right.
LA City has been a little more proactive. So we are seeing more properties getting building permits in the Palisades and City of LA than we are in LA County, which is Sunset Mesa or Altadena, the Eaton fires.
I mentioned that you actually lost your home. I was out there at your property. It's going to be 1 year next Wednesday, a week from tomorrow.
It's amazing.
What's your biggest takeaway in this last year?
Oh, gosh, a lot of emotions. We've held a lot of people's hands. It's a really, you don't have time to sit there and cry and be sorry for yourself. We're survivors, we're not victims. Our foundation got poured, we're excited. We're excited for our neighbors to come back. We're excited to have as many people as possible come back. And what we found from other fires, Marla, is 60% of homeowners come back in the 1.5 to 3.5 years they finished building their homes. So we expect a year from now, hopefully I'll come back and you'll have me back, a year from now we'll see at least 60% of the homes completed of people who've started the process.
I mean, that gives a lot of hope. It really does. All right, moving on. After nearly 140 years, a piece of Los Angeles history is closing its doors. Coming up, why this iconic spot meant so much to Hollywood and locals alike. Actor Ian Ziering, known for Beverly Hills 90210, is being sued over a New Year's Eve altercation in 2023. Do you remember this? I do. Jacob Hernandez claims Ziering shoved him during a confrontation with many motorbike riders in Hollywood, causing injuries and damage to his bike. Ziering previously claimed he was the victim, but Hernandez was arrested and later not charged. Actor Mickey Rourke is facing eviction from his Los Angeles home over $60,000 in unpaid rent. This is according to the LA Times. Court documents reveal the 73-year-old actor received a notice to pay or vacate earlier this month, but he has not complied. Rourke, known for roles in The Wrestler and Sin City, had been renting the Spanish-style bungalow since March. The oldest restaurant in Los Angeles County is shutting its doors. The original Saugus Cafe is closing after almost 140 years in business. The cafe, located on Railroad Avenue in Santa Clarita, was established in 1886. Right now, no word on why it's closing. In the meantime, employees will be cooking up their last meals until January 4th, which is Sunday, so hopefully you can stop by. Thanks for being with us. LA Live News Tonight ends now. Our TVN News.